Part 2. And finally, the main event, the last thing we see before WrestleMania is Jeff Hardy versus Ezekiel Jackson. Now, I have absolutely no idea. I mean, I assumed this match was on because Matt Hardy was going to come out at the end. That did not happen. So as it turned out, it was just a rather boring singles match. As we had the obligatory period of Ezekiel Jackson dominance, in which he punched and kneed and kicked and stuff, and then did a bear hug. I thought this was an Extreme Rules match. I may be wrong. If it was an Extreme Rules match, a bear hug in an Extreme Rules match is unforgivable. But yeah, that's what happened. Anyway, Jeff Hardy hit his usual stuff. He hit Whisper in the Wind, Twist of Fate, Swanton Bomb. He actually hit him with the Whisper in the Wind full on, and he hit him with the Swanton Bomb right on the sternum, which was good because, you know, quite often they just don't look very powerful at all. He also did a nice little flying crossbody onto Jackson and Kendrick. And yeah, fair enough. It was a fairly boring match. I mean, Ezekiel Jackson cannot do an interesting match as far as I can see. My main problem with it is, what the fuck was the point in this? I mean, surely the only point in having a Jeff Hardy match is for Matt Hardy to come out and beat up Jeff. The Hardy storyline is the only SmackDown specific storyline. So I presume that on the last SmackDown they would have a little bit for that storyline. But I don't understand this, because Jeff is already credible. As I've said this before, Jeff is already credible, right? Matt is not credible. There seems no logical way in which Matt Hardy could beat Jeff Hardy right now. Matt Hardy lost clean to MVP. He's barely beaten anyone. He beat R-Truth, but R-Truth looked significantly better than him throughout the entire match. It dominated him at points. Whereas Jeff has just been going through all these, it's basically just had a load of guys job to him. And I'm just like, Jeff, we don't need proof that Jeff Hardy can win this match. We need proof that Matt Hardy can win this match. And obviously, I thought at the end of this match, Matt Hardy should have done some kind of run-in and beaten up Jeff, or, hit him with a chair again, something like that, something good. But instead, the last thing we see before WrestleMania is Jeff Hardy standing tall in the ring after a boring match. I mean, that's not going to sell a pay-per-view. But yeah, I didn't get that at all. I felt there should be Matt interference here. In fact, I couldn't understand why the match was even on the card if it wasn't going to be interference by Matt. And for it to be the main event, after that great Shelton Benjamin MVP match, that should have been the main event. Yeah. Anyway, so it was a bad show of bad SmackDown. Basically, they sacrificed SmackDown for Raw, which is never a good thing, because if you're gonna sacrifice SmackDown for Raw, then don't put any good wrestlers on SmackDown. Don't put the best wrestlers on SmackDown. But yeah, very little storyline. A little bit from Edge, which I was glad to see, because otherwise we'd have had, nothing, basically. But yeah, not a good show. Anyway, this is your show. Feel free to rate, comment, ask questions, and subscribe if you wish. And I'll see you for WrestleMania, for a WrestleMania preview show. I think me and Bobby are going to do it together. And then a WrestleMania review show. So